What's up, guys? Matt Brown here for lineups.com. Talking a little Monday night football between the Vikings and the Bears here in week number 1. If you've done so already, hit that subscribe button down below. Do appreciate the support here on the channel as we try to make some money in this football season 2025. And got an article up over here by Kenny over at lineups.com just talking about some different betting options in this game. As we see right here, it's 1.5 pretty much everywhere in the industry right now. Over at MGM, 43.5 is the total that we are looking at here in this one. A reminder here in week number 1, week number 2, guys, like, I am not putting out as much of a monetary outlay as I will throughout the course of the regular season once I get to know these teams a little bit better. So just keep that in mind. And the reason I say that is this game really screams that, right? We have a new quarterback in J.J. McCarthy that we've never seen take a real NFL snap. We have a completely redone Chicago Bears team from the coaching staff to the offensive line to everything. So, I mean, these are teams where we can assume what we're going to see, but we don't really know quite yet what we're going to get out of these two teams right here. I mean, like I said, when you come to the Bears, right, this is a team that brings in Ben Johnson as head coach. They bring in Dennis Allen as defensive coordinator. They completely overhaul the offensive line, trading for Joe Thuney and Jonah Jackson, and they signed Drew Dahlman. All these guys are going to start for this team on the offensive line. They signed Grady Jarrett. They signed Dayo Adeyingbo. They had 4 draft picks in the first 2 rounds, in which they go and get Colston Loveland at tight end to add another weapon for Caleb Williams. They get Luther Burden to help out. They get Ozzie Trapillo on the offensive line for depth. They get Shamar Turner on the defensive line. I mean, there's just a ton that this team has done. You know, we were certainly underwhelmed last year by the Bears and by Caleb Williams, but I kind of am drinking the Kool-Aid a little bit here on this team. I'm kind of buying in to this redone offensive line, all of those weapons on the offensive side, this defense that, you know, again, you kind of look and it's sneaky, decent defensive line. You got a good corner. You got a couple of good safeties. Well, is the linebacking core going to step up? That's kind of what you need right there. A little linebacking core might be the weakness of this defense, but certainly a better defense than we saw last year, and definitely a better offense, certainly a better offensive line, an arguably top 10 offensive line, at least on paper, in the NFL, probably with top 5 upside if this unit actually gels. And so I'm kind of buying in to the Bears. That being said, I'm not going all in on taking the 1.5 here that we see, you know, on the screen, basically at every single book out there. We can scroll over. Yeah, I mean, every single book is sitting at 1.5 right now. I'm taking a tiny little piece of the 1.5 because I feel this is that's the thing, is it's a feel. I can't point to anything because I hadn't seen this. I hadn't seen Ben Johnson coach this team. I've not seen Caleb Williams under Ben Johnson. I've not seen this offensive line to see if they need a few games to gel. So pretty strong, hard lean towards the Bears and a little small play for me there on the 1.5. On the Minnesota side of things, I mean, listen, here's the deal. J.J. McCarthy, I trust Kevin O'Connell as a coach in the NFL. J.J. McCarthy was set to start last year. So even though we got the whole Sam Darnold experience there in Minnesota last year, this was going to be J.J. McCarthy until he got hurt. And so I have to assume that J.J. McCarthy can at least play a little bit because Kevin O'Connell wouldn't have started him if he couldn't play. So there is that. However, it's your first start on the road in prime time without one of your major weapons in Addison. I mean, like, there's just a lot here, I think, for him to overcome in this one. So giving me a point and a half at home with the Bears. Let's see this offensive line. Let's see if Caleb Williams can play. Let's see if Caleb Williams, there's no excuses now at this point. Good offensive line, good offensive play caller, good head coach there in Ben Johnson, we think, and playmakers. So, I mean, there's really no excuses at this point for Caleb Williams. Over on the prop side of things, this is where I'm actually going to go to the Vikings side and come over here. This is at DraftKings, and I'm going to take this, and this is receptions, Adam Thielen, and I'm actually going to bump that up to 4+ and nearly get 2-1 on that. I understand he has not been there for a super long period of time, but listen, the type of routes that Adam Thielen runs are very quarterback friendly and certainly very rookie quarterback making his first start on the road type deal. I know Jay McCarthy technically not a rookie, but let's be for real. He's a rookie. He's never played in the NFL. So you look at this, and I think Adam Thielen is a perfect little security blanket. Go out, run the little 5 and 6 yard routes. Find, if they're running a zone against you, he'll find a place to sit down in the zone. He can beat, he'll line up in the slot. He can beat, some of the slot corners in this league. He's still a savvy veteran, and I think that Thielen becomes a very good security blanket for J.J. McCarthy in his first start in the NFL. So I'm actually bumping this up to 4 catches at plus 193. If you want to come down to the receiving yards, if you feel more confident in that, it's like, well, he could get 3 and get to 28 yards. I'm fine with that. I think both of them are fine. Both of them are playable. I'll probably have a little piece of both as well. I mean, we're looking at 28 yards for Thielen, who is, pretty clear cut the second option in this offense. I know some would probably argue that it's TJ Hawkinson, but I think Thielen here in this first game against this Bears team is with again, the rookie situation going on there. I'm going to assume that Thielen is going to be the second option behind Justin Jefferson. So give me Thielen on the alt receptions at nearly 2-1, and then give me a little bit on the yardage there as well. Let's get to 28 yards with Adam Thielen. Very small piece of the Bears here. I think that there's enough on this defensive side. I think this defensive line can create enough pressure to maybe make J.J. McCarthy's life a little bit tough in his opening start here in 2025. So that's where we're going with this one, guys. Again, if you haven't done so already, we're easing into this season. We'll be full bore here by week 3 or 4 once we get a real identity of some of these teams where there's so much question marks around them. What can J.J. McCarthy do? What does this new look offensive line look like? What does Ben Johnson do with Caleb Williams? Or is Caleb Williams maybe just average or below average? We'll find that out here over the first few weeks as well. If you haven't done so already, guys, head over to lineups.com. Check out this article here. There's some other options, some other thoughts here coming in from Kenny. Certainly something you want to take in. We got a first touchdown article, all the different things like that. And if you haven't done so, hit that subscribe button and let us know in the comments how you are going to play this game. Good luck on all your Monday Night Football bets.